He won Olympic gold in 9.79 seconds and proposed with candles, flowers, and a glowing "Marry Me" sign. But the biggest surprise? Noah Lyles just admitted he's winging his wedding vows, confirming what fans always suspected. Is the world's fastest man actually led by his heart?
Crush, it never went away. I winged my proposal speech.
So it's true. Noah Lyles is going to wing his wedding vows. The same guy who spends years training for races that last just a few seconds is going to walk up to the altar and speak straight from the heart with zero notes, no script, and no backup plan. You'd think someone like Lyles, who lives by preparation, would have a carefully written set of vows tucked neatly into his suit pocket. But nope. He said it himself in an interview with The Knot. He's not writing anything in advance. He's going to speak in the moment. And the reason? A bet. Yep, you read that right. This whole no vows written ahead of time decision started because of a bet he made with his brother's girlfriend. There's no word yet on the exact details of the wager, but whatever it was, Lyles stuck to it. And honestly, that tells you a lot about who he is. Not just an athlete with crazy discipline, but also someone who likes to keep things fun, meaningful, and yes, unpredictable. What's interesting is that this confession didn't actually shock the people who followed him closely. If anything, it confirmed what many suspected about Lyles all along. Under the surface of the hyper-focused competitor is someone who's incredibly in tune with his emotions. It's not the first time he's gone off script either. When he proposed to Junelle Bromfield, he didn't prepare a big speech in advance. He just spoke from the heart, telling her, "I finally figured out what peace was." So maybe it's not surprising after all. Sure, Lyles is an Olympian who thrives on structure and timing, but when it comes to love, he's all heart. And sometimes, the most powerful words are the ones you don't rehearse.
It's another long-distance shot. Does he run long distance? Yeah. Okay. And they've been together ever since.
Yeah, he played the long game on that one.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
2 years in the friend zone.
Right.
My man.
2 years.
If you ever needed proof that Noah Lyles leads with his heart, just look at how he proposed to Junelle Bromfield. It wasn't just a romantic moment. It was a full-blown, dreamy setup straight out of a movie. Picture this. Pink flower petals scattered beautifully across the floor, white candles glowing softly in the background, vases overflowing with fresh blooms, and right in the center, a heart-shaped floral installation lit up with a neon sign that read, "Will you marry me?" To top it off, there were marquee letters placed nearby spelling out, "Marry me," making the whole scene feel warm, magical, and deeply personal. It was a visual expression of how much thought he had put into creating a special memory, something both of them would never forget. But here's where it gets really beautiful. Despite all the planning that went into the setup, Noah didn't write a proposal speech in advance. He didn't rehearse it or memorize lines. He just spoke from the heart, completely in the moment. And what came out was one of the most sincere, vulnerable things you could imagine. He told Junelle, "I finally figured out what peace was. The ability to be vulnerable even though we have the most extremely uncomfortable conversations. Every time we get through it, I feel so much happier knowing I can do this. I can do life together with you." That wasn't just romantic. It was raw and real. It showed that for Noah, love isn't about perfection or performance. It's about presence. Being fully there, emotionally available, and unafraid to show how much someone means to you. His proposal didn't need a script because the feelings were real. And honestly, that's what made it unforgettable. Sometimes, when the heart is full, the words come naturally.
I love you even when you do something annoying like fart under the covers.
While we're keeping
I'm sorry, baby.
When you think about Olympic athletes, you usually imagine a life filled with training, traveling, and strict routines. That's exactly the world Noah Lyles and Junelle Bromfield live in. Both of them have dedicated most of their lives to their sport. Lyles is one of the fastest men in the world, winning gold in the 100-meter event at the 2024 Paris Olympics with a lightning-fast time of 9.79 seconds. Bromfield, on the other hand, brought pride to Jamaica as part of the 4x400 Miller relay team, earning a bronze medal at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Their schedules are packed, their goals are huge, and yet, in the middle of all the chaos, they found each other. And more importantly, they made it work. Their relationship has always been grounded in understanding. They both know what it's like to push your body to the limit, to wake up sore and still go harder the next day, and to carry the pressure of representing your country on a global stage. That shared experience builds a kind of unspoken bond. But beyond the track, what really holds them together is something deeper. You can tell there's emotional maturity, patience, and the kind of resilience that only comes from working through hard things together. Lyles has even said that their relationship taught him what peace feels like. That kind of honesty says a lot.
Noah Lyles,
Okay.
the Olympic champion, is now engaged to another Olympian, Junelle Bromfield, who runs for Jamaica.
Beautiful.
Allison.
Oh, they're gonna be racing all the time on the beach.
The world got a glimpse of their love story on October 13th, 2024, when they announced their engagement on Instagram. They shared a video of the proposal, the flowers, the candles, the big "Marry Me" sign, and fans were quick to show love and support. It wasn't just a big moment for them, it felt like a win for love itself. Two athletes, two hearts, one future.
I still love you, even though you be putting your cold feet on me.
Okay.
How do you have colder feet
That's
than
a
me?
sweet one.
I'll always think you're cute.
Every couple has that one thing they don't quite agree on when planning a wedding. And for Noah Lyles and Junelle Bromfield, it was the guest list. Noah's dream? A big, lively celebration with a packed house. Junelle? She leaned towards something smaller and more intimate, something calm, cozy, and focused on the people closest to them. It's that classic difference in personalities coming through. One wants a crowd, the other wants quiet. But what makes their relationship special is how they always seem to meet in the middle. So they came to a compromise. 200 guests max. That number might still sound huge to someone used to low-key affairs. But for two Olympians who've built careers with massive support systems, teammates, mentors, family, and friends from all around the world, it's actually pretty reasonable. It's enough to keep the party vibe alive for Lyles, without overwhelming Bromfield's vision of a more personal moment. Another meaningful detail? The food. Junelle's Jamaican roots will be front and center, with traditional dishes making their way onto the menu. It's not just about flavor, it's about honoring where she comes from and sharing that with their guests. For a couple who clearly values emotional depth and identity, adding those cultural touches shows how much thought they're putting into the experience. And while they haven't shared an exact date yet, they've confirmed that the wedding is planned for spring 2025. That gives them just enough time to balance their demanding athletic schedules and prep for the big day. Whether it ends up being grand or low-key, scripted or spontaneous, one thing's for sure, it's going to be real. Because that's who they are. A couple that leads with heart, makes space for each other's dreams, and builds something meaningful in between. When Noah Lyles revealed that he's planning to wing his wedding vows, fans didn't judge or criticize, they celebrated. And honestly, that reaction says everything about the way people see him. He's not just an Olympic champion anymore. He's become someone people relate to. Someone who isn't afraid to show emotion, be vulnerable, and do things his own way. In a world where most public figures stick to polished images and rehearsed lines, Lyles choosing to speak from the heart hits differently. People love this version of Noah. Not just the gold medal winning athlete, but the man who talks openly about love, peace, and personal growth. Fans have watched him evolve, and every time he shows a more human side, the admiration grows. Sharing his spontaneous proposal speech or admitting he's nervous but excited to say his vows without a script, that takes guts. And it also shows how much he trusts his relationship with Junelle. He doesn't need a written speech to express how he feels. He lives those feelings every day, and fans can see it. And speaking of his relationship, It's quickly become something of a favorite love story online. Two Olympians with crazy training schedules, different cultural backgrounds, and very public lives, yet somehow, they manage to stay grounded and connected. That kind of balance isn't easy to find, especially when the world is always watching. But the way they support each other, laugh together, and compromise on big things like wedding plans, it's inspiring. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.